So today we're going to be looking at Genspark, which is a brand new Chinese super agent from China, and it is free to access. I've actually created, for example, a website this morning, all customized and tailored to me. You can see the design here, looks super nice. And this is crazy powerful from what I can see. It's very similar to Manus. So we'll be comparing it side by side, but essentially this is like a Manus style universal AI agent that can basically do anything for you. And it has a free version of it. I've just tested out this morning. Like you can see, seems super fast as well. Here's the crazy thing as well. It can like insert images and take your existing website, redesign it, etc. And literally all we said was research student Goldie and create an SEO agency website for him. You can also see on the side here, we have the AI chat, image studio, video generation, deep research, and all agents as well, which we'll come on to in a second. And it even created like this crazy South Park style roundup of the recent news. You can play this video down here. It generates a video with a voiceover, pretty crazy stuff. So we're going to get straight into this and I'll show you exactly how it works. So if you want to sign up, it's available at genspark.ai. And then you can see inside the advanced agent section over here, we have this bit where it can just basically work autonomously on your complex tasks. All right. Now, from what I can see, everything is hosted in a virtual environment. So it's not like actively accessing your computer or anything like that, which makes it a bit safer. Particularly, I know some people have concerns, understandably, about AI agents and how powerful they are. And then you can choose whichever one you want. Now, if you want to just start and create over here, you can just go to home and then inside here, just ask anything that you want it to do. So for example, here, if we go to me and then we have a look at this chat that we previously generated, you can see the example right here, right? And we can open this up. So we've got this really nice website that we generated. And that is insanely good, right? It's basically just redesigned a better example of my own website. Crazy stuff, right? So it's redesigned the whole site. Like you can see, look at that. Look how nicely designed it is. Now, if we compared that side by side, so I'm just going to close Visual Studio Code here. So if we compare this side by side versus my actual main website, this has created a better version of my main website. And I might just switch them over, to be honest with you. Let's compare these side by side. So this is my actual website, and this is the design that came from Genspark. This didn't cost me anything to generate, but the AI agent just researched me and then went off and did its magic. This is my main site, like you can see right here. You can see here, for example, it's just a bit more interactive. It's got nice animations. This is better than anything I've ever seen designed by Bolt, for example, as well, which is like a custom built code editor. And if we click on like the about section, for example, it creates a really nice example right there, right? And then what you can also do is you can see here, this is hosted on page.genspark.site. So it's hosted on custom domain. I would change the image because it's a little bit pixelated right there, but that's my own fault for using a bad image. And again, all we did was say inside Genspark, go off and research this website, right? Pretty crazy stuff. Now, if you've ever used Manus before, you'll know that this is another Chinese AI, right? It's kind of like it connects different APIs and different tools together. I've got a full course in SB inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And if you want to see some of my previous creations, let me show you some examples right here. So we actually ran the same prompt with Manus previously, which is, I think it's $200 per month to use the AI from Manus. This is what it came back with, right? Which is not bad. It's not bad at all. Probably still better than the original website that I have. But you see how it's using like basic stock images and there's nothing really customized to me. Now compare that to what we got back from Genspark. It's got like nicer colors, nicer, it's actually inserted real images of me, whereas this is like stock images. We've used basically the same prompt. And also you can see here how it's collected all the information about me and my website and then come up with that right here. It's even come up with a list of sites that have helped. It's included our pricing right here. It's also added some packages. It's written really nice copy. So you can see here, it's like actually written the copyright on the page. And it's even taken the screenshots from my existing site, researched them, and then said, we're going to pop this here and here and redesign the main homepage. Pretty amazing, to be honest. So in terms of like quality, this is crazy, right? In terms of AGI and that sort of thing, let me put this on a chart for you. All right. So if we actually look over here, and let's say, for example, we look at like the autonomy or level, right? If I had to put the Julian Goldie AGI level of tools right here, I'm going to put stuff like bolt.new down here, right? It's nowhere near what we need to be. And then you've got, for example, like Manus in the middle here. So it generates something that's not bad, but not great. For example, like this website, it's not bad, but is it ready to publish? Probably not, because it's not using like imagery from us. It's not really customized to our business, etc. It's done better than my main website, but it's not done that great. And then you have stuff like Genspark, and Genspark is absolutely insane. It can, for example, create videos. It can create better websites than I've designed. It inserts customized images and everything else. Like, this is something absolutely crazy that's on a whole different level right here. It's even taken, for example, the original testimonials from my site and inserted those. Whereas, for example, if we go on to the Manus output, this is just way too basic, right? Comparison. Now, again, Genspark has a free version, so you don't need to pay for this, but you can see the difference in quality. Like, it's absolutely insane. And I think, the way things are going, we're just getting towards agents that are more and more autonomous, right? The more and more AGI level. And is this Genspark output better than something a human can do? Absolutely. Are we essentially looking at something that feels and looks like AGI? I would 100% agree. Again, all we did was say, research Julian Goldie and create a website about that, right? And it did its magic, create an agency website for it. If we look at the original output, so let's have a look here. If we plug this open, so it just looks really cool, right? Really nice website, nice design, etc. Here's a demo example. So inside this demo brief, they said, create a minute episode of South Park to talk about a news happened last week, draft a typical South Park script. Then, since you can only generate video in 5 seconds, you can use HTML to put all the short clips together and play automatically, right? And it just went off and did it, like you can see right here. Pretty basic stuff. And then you've got the output right here. Like you can see, you can open that on the subdomain. It's hosted on Genspark, and boom, there you go. Absolutely wild how powerful it is. And that's what I'm saying here, folks, is I think we're looking at a whole different evolution, a whole different generation of AGI style autonomous agents. Pretty crazy stuff. You can also see, here's another example. So this is Agentic Deep Research. If you want to see an example, I'm just going to show you the pre-made examples because they all take about, I would say, between 20 to 30 minutes to generate. So this is actually a demo that we're using just to show you an example. But if we click on jump to the result over here, we can see the example, and it creates based on the original prompt, which was, I'm doing research on the complex social structures of orcas in the Pacific Northwest. Can you do some detailed agentic deep research for this? It went off, did its magic, and you can see that right there, right? Pretty crazy. It even finds some nice videos for you. Deep research report is very similar to ChatGPT or something like that, but if you've ever seen a ChatGPT deep research report, it doesn't have a nice table of contents on the left, and it's not as nicely formatted. And also it tends to be like with these deep research tools, like just a big block of text that isn't very useful. And the other cool thing here as well is like, you can actually chat and ask questions about this particular page, right? So if you're just like, okay, tell me about the impact of noise on orcas, it will take the information from the deep research report and make it interactive on this side, right? So you've got the table of contents over here, then you've got the deep research report, then you've got the chat that you can ask it about, and it sources and finds you research and skips straight to the bits that you're interested in. And then you can add follow-ups or just copy the research on the right-hand side. So it's a whole different generation. Now, I can assume that this is probably like a wrapper, again, like Manus, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think it's its own like, AI. So it's not like it's created the new DeepSeek or something like that. But you can see an example right here. Now, on the free plan, you get 200 free credits per day, so you don't have to pay for this. I've used it today. I built that whole website for free. Didn't cost me anything. And then here's an example of how much it costs. This is $239 per year. Billed annually, you get 10,000 credits a month. You get priority access to all the new agents. So you get Gemini 3.7 Sonnet, etc. Access to image generation models and access to video generation models as well. Pretty amazing. And then this seems to only be able to create 5-second clips inside here. So if you want to generate something that's longer, what you can actually do is inside the generate video section, you can actually say, okay, stitch all of my video clips together in a HTML file so that it plays all the videos together, like you could see in the South Park example that I pulled up earlier. So it's quite different. If we pull these up, side by side versus Manus, So we'll get into Manus right here. It's quite different because number one, when I was in the beta testing period, there was like 3 usages per day, sometimes only 1. So that seemed to hit the limits again. And then also, as far as I'm aware, Manus cannot generate videos, whereas, for example, Genspark can. And also, from what I've seen, the outputs in terms of the website that we created previously, for example, that was very different to the output of Manus. I showed you those 2 side-by-side comparisons. So totally different game right there. Totally different outputs. Super promising. Would definitely recommend checking out. It's available at Genspark AI if you want to check this stuff out. Let's have a look and see. If we actually type in site:/Genspark AI, you can see there's a bunch of different outputs right here. So if you want to see examples of what people have created, or you can actually go on and type this into Google, type in site:/Genspark.ai, and you can see all the pages and all the outputs right here. Right, so you can see what people have created. Seems like a lot of people in Japan have also been creating stuff as well. I think that's Japanese right here, but it does come out of China originally. And here's an example. So someone's created like a presentation on hypotheses. You can ask in the chat anything about the page. He's done a deep research report. Seems to have created some nice images as well directly in here. And this is just a whole different level of stuff you can create here. The other interesting thing here as well is like you can create a copy of someone's project. So you can copy what people have done. And then if you go into home and you scroll down, you can see all of these different examples that people have been creating, right? So for example, if we pull up some of these news headlines right here, we can use that to start generating stuff. And there's some examples of different prompts you can use inside the super agent. So pretty powerful, crazy stuff. I want to test out more, but I had to share that with you. That was just an absolute game changer. I'm not seeing anything like this yet. There are other options like, for example, Convergence AI, but from what I've seen, it's not as powerful as this. This seems to be on a totally different level. Look at this. You can actually call people for you, right? So you can say, hey, I'm your phone assistant. I can help you make calls and collect information. And then it's like, I support calls to the US and Japan, which is pretty wild. I'm not going to click on that because I think you have to be very careful about how you use this. This is power on a totally different level, but you can see how it works and how it goes, etc. So you can also like cross-check stuff as well. You can make calls. You've got Agentic deep research, video generation deep research, and all these other agents. Crazy stuff. What I'll actually do is I'll include a link inside the AI Profit Boardroom with an SOP on exactly how you use this and how it can be done, etc. But yeah, crazy, wild stuff. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get access to my community that shows you how to make money and save time with AI, feel free to get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. This comes with all my best systems and automations on how to make money and save time with AI, including my best social media automations, email, AI agents, web automation and scraping, SEO automation, NA10 templates, and also a crash course with everything in one place, plus all my best SOPs, right? So if you want to get access to all my latest and best SOPs, including we've already added like 4 in April, you can get that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Also comes with weekly Q&A calls with us. So you can jump on the weekly Q&A calls here, ask any questions you have. And inside the community, you can post in the community, ask questions, and you will get answers right here. For example, you can see all these questions being posted in the community. People get answers straight away. So this was posted 13 hours ago. People got the questions answered within 13 hours. And we're good to go on that. So feel free to get that link in the comments description. Price is going up at the end of the month, so make sure you sign up now before you miss out. And additionally, if you want to get a free one-to-one SEO strategy session that shows you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 business a month and generate hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot, feel free to get that on this free SEO acceleration session. You'll get a custom tailored game plan made for you and your business. So if you want to learn how to make money, save time, and get more customers to your website with SEO, feel free to get that. And you can ask any questions one-to-one on this call directly based on what's helped hundreds of our clients, like you can see with all the testimonials right here. Thanks for watching.